All right, guys. Good morning. Ooh, it's cold. Kind of cold here in Texas. Colder than I'm used to. All right. All right, we got a little bit of an echo. Let's catch up on the chat. What's up, Ashraf, Pat, JC, Eclipse, AJ, Siesta, Play Store, Aylard, it's you, Jake, what's up, man? Gabe, Netron, what's up, man? Tech, Rich, Bill, Jay, what's up, guys? Super cool, man. What's up, brother? All right. So yeah, looking at you can see I'm looking at AMD. You can see AMD up some. Had a huge day yesterday, just a big green day yesterday for AMD. Stayed above the VWAP most of the day and just kind of kept pushing there. MTFB gapping up a little bit from 160 to 245. We also have GLG. Ooh, just dropped my phone. Scared to look at it now. There's GLG. We got NIO pushing up some. Solo, SOLO, gapping up some from 340s to 408. We got Staff, STAF, gapping up. CGC, kind of break even. SMAR, gapping up some. Probably earnings is what I'm guessing. We got ACB, gapping down some. ACB gapping down. We have, I think that's about it. DERM, gapping down a little bit here. You're going to watch that one too. Had a big green day yesterday. What's up, Joe? Happy spring. Is it springtime? Is today the first day of spring? Uh-oh, my internet's acting funny. Here we go. It's a little bit better. Yeah, what's up, man? Things are good, brother. Things are good, dude. What's up, Sean? Happy Fed Day. Is today the Fed Day? So yeah, 2A told me yesterday he's not going to be able to post news this morning, so I guess it's up to me. It's up to me to get the news done today, you know? Got to get things done around here. There's a Fed meeting today. Wall Street is basically betting that the Feds are going to the Fed's rate raising days are done for now. And so basically Wall Street thinks the Feds are not going to raise interest rates. We'll see what we get here. GLG gonna fade, you think, Pat? I mean, here's the thing, right? With GLG, it's already faded so much already. Now, a lot of times with these big gappers, I tend to like to short them on the way down because most of the time I would say these big gappers end up just kind of fading back down. But this one is already basically faded almost all the way back down. I mean, it got really hyped up. It went up to 413. And now it's all the way back down to 270s. And so, you know, it's already basically filled most of the gap. Another 70 cents and the gap will be filled. So, I mean, it's filled at least half of it already. Now, we'll see. It could, if it, you know, it could come back down and come back down to the whole $1.02 right here is what I would look for. But since it's already kind of filled it, I don't trust it as much. Like I said, there's not to say it's not going to end up just crashing down here, but I'm also going to be paper trading today. I'm going to try to paper trade a few different strategies. The moving average crossover's gone okay. I definitely think you need some type of confirmation, and so I'm also going to add to the strategies I'm testing the red to green move. Now, it's a little bit different than the washout long, but you basically look for a stock that pushes up over the previous day's close. And so that's what I'm going to be looking for today, and maybe paper trading to get some videos about that in today. We'll see. Today's when the Feds are meeting, Joseph. Yeah, today the Feds are meeting. They're having their they're going to be meeting today to talk about interest rates, and you know, Wall Street basically thinks that they're not going to raise the interest rates. They think they are done. And they think they're going to be cutting the interest rates. New York Times said Wall Street, quote, is toying with the idea that the central bank could actually be cutting interest rates by the end of the year. So we'll see what happens. TYTH, big spike. Yeah, look at TYHT. Appreciate that, Tech. Look at this one, man. This one just running up to 120s. It's up to 143. All right, so let's look up some news here. So, like I said, Two-Way is not going to be here this morning to go over news. And so let's post some here today, or let's talk about what's going on in the market. Let's see. First, we can look at TYHT. I think that works. Let's see what's going on with this one. Let's see, so TYHT is a cannabis stock, correct? Is what I believe. I'm looking at some type of press release here. But I don't see TY. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so basically TYHT, which is Shinaco, is entering into an agreement with the Hemp Research Institute of the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences for industrial cannabis business line. And so basically they entered into an agreement with the Hemp Research Institute, one of those in China that focuses on agricultural sciences for industrial cannabis business line. And that's why TYHT is gapping up here, gapping up from 120s to 153. This news was just dropped at 8 o'clock. News was dropped at 8 o'clock, and TYHT is definitely, or at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock market time. This one. But yeah, TYHT gapping up about 30 cents, 35 cents because of it. We'll see where that one goes now. Very interesting move here. We also have Solo this morning, SOLO. You can see Solo is gapping up here. SOLO. We can look up the news on this one as well. uh, MW Electromechanica vehicles started at a speculative buy with a $6 stock price target at benchmark. And so it looks like the price target was raised for Solo. Price target was raised for Solo. And maybe we had some news. No, this was all this morning for Solo. So yeah, raised price target. If anybody knows anything else going on with SOLO, let me know. We also have GLG. This morning, GLG. We could look up the news for this one. GLG, which is China Bat Group, highlighted their belief it is quote, well positioned to target the luxury car rental services market in China. A little bit of a fluff piece there for GLG. Unless anything else actually came out about it, it looks kind of like it's a little fluff piece. It's not really super significant. It's something they came out that said that they believe they are, quote, well positioned to target the luxury car rental service market in China. So, I mean, I wouldn't really consider that a real catalyst. That's just them pumping up their stuff, which is probably why this thing ended up coming right back down here at 285. So we'll see what we get with it. Who knows? We also have, let's see what else we get. We got STAF. STAF gapping up from 190s to 220s. We could look up STAF right now. It's expected to release fourth quarter earnings after the closing bell today, so maybe people are optimistic in those fourth quarter numbers. Aside from that, not really any catalyst that's out today for STAF that I can see on Thinkorswim or anything. So it had a big day Tuesday in the market, ran a little bit on Tuesday, and it's expected to release its fourth quarter earnings after the bell today. So we'll see what we get there. We also have AMD. If you look at the top chart here, AMD had a huge run yesterday, but I think it was mostly based off of NVIDIA, right? I mean, NVIDIA had a good day, but it wasn't that good. Let me see. Yeah, NVIDIA teamed up with Amazon Web Services, and I guess this is just sympathy play for NVIDIA or for AMD from NVIDIA. So AMD, MU, they all ran some after NVIDIA partnered with Amazon Web Services. We also have VXRI. What? VXRT. VXRT had a big day yesterday, kind of fell back down already. The company initiated a phase 1B clinical trial for its bivalent norovirus vaccine. SRNE. Gapping up a little bit. I'll watch SRNE. It looks interesting. This was a big movie yesterday. IMAC. Not really much movement. Just looking up the news here. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Oh, we got SMAR, which I'm guessing is earnings. A little bit more expensive of a stock, SMAR. Like I said, I'm guessing this one's, I'm pretty sure this is probably earnings just by how it looks. The reason I say that is because it had a lot of volume in after hours and then kind of slowed down in pre-market, which means the catalyst was released yesterday. Yeah, and that's fourth quarter results. Results top these street estimates for SMAR. So yeah, positive results in earnings for SMAR. That's kind of what I figured here. ACB also dropping a little bit. Oh, AMD and Google partnered up. So yeah, man, they're partnering with the giants here. So if NVIDIA partnered with Amazon Web Services and AMD partnered with Google, they're partnering with the giants there. We'll see what happens. Joseph said, when you start to notice the stocks aren't really moving, do you just get up and walk away from the computer to take a break, or do you stay around until 4 p.m.? I usually am done by by like 10 o'clock. Like I'm usually done. I don't usually trade after the first few hours. I get in. I usually trade maybe 1, 2 times. Yesterday I traded twice, but typically I only trade once or twice. And so yeah, I'm usually done by 10 a.m. I don't usually sit around and look for stuff. I think a big thing with day trading specifically is over trading, and I think day trading can be profitable if you are very selective with the plays. Of course, there's a little bit more higher volume scalping strategies that you can use, but with my type of strategies, I think it's just kind of 1 or 2 trades and then I'm done. And I don't have time to sit in front of the screen all day. I got a lot of other stuff I have to do, and so yeah, I'm usually done by like 10 o'clock market time. Not 10 o'clock market time, like 10:30 market time or so. NVRO gapping up some as well, so appreciate it. I missed this one. Let's see what's going on. Looks like earnings. The CEO departed from the company, and the company appointed new board members. That's what's making this. Must be some optimism in that. Look at a TME as well. I saw this one pop up here. For TME, big gap down. All right, let's look at the overall market today now. Market had a big red day yesterday. Not a big red day, but it had a red day yesterday for the overall market. It's about break even right now in pre-market. All right. So what's everybody else's main watch today? WORX. Yeah, Bill. I mean, what about how long I trade? Microsoft and Nvidia, TYHT and Works. I hear a few people talking about WORX. I don't see too much movement for WORX though. CRMD. TYHT. Yeah, TYHT spiking up. We'll see if it holds over that 150 level. eBay. We'll see. Solo looks interesting too. I don't think I can trade it. I'll be watching DERM. What's the one I traded yesterday? I know I traded one yesterday. I traded two yesterday. I traded DERM and basically got out for almost exactly break even with that one, and then I got out of I can't remember what was the name of it, but I got out of another one for like a $25 gain or something like that. But really frustrating day yesterday, honestly. It was just super frustrating. With both of those trades, they just never followed through. Like I was able to take profits in both of those trades, and I think that's kind of shows how important it is to take profits at the right spots. Because in both of my trades yesterday, I took profits, and so I protected myself, and then they quickly reversed, and I was able to get out of one for break even and one for profit, and so frustrating day for sure though. I mean, I was up almost $40 in both of those positions, and then they just reversed quickly on me. With TYHT, what news came out with TYHT? I forgot. I said it this morning. Let me see. I'll look it up. Hold on. Oh, they entered into an agreement with the Hemp Research Institute of the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences. So basically a partnership agreement, or some type of agreement with TYHT. It was announced at 9 o'clock market time. Bill said I overtraded Tuesday, got greedy, big red, day traded. Yeah, man. I mean, it happens. That's why I kind of have to just limit myself, man. I have a rule that I can only trade twice a day. Especially if it's a losing day, I can only trade twice. If it's a winning day, I can trade 3 times max. And I do that because if I don't, then I'm just going to trade all day. If I have a bad day, I'm just going to keep trading until my whole account's gone. And I don't want that. I'd rather just take it slow and take a few trades per day. If they're not good trades, I can just walk away. Losing days are going to happen. And, I have to do that to kind of keep myself in check, because if I don't, then, like I said, I'll kind of run wild and just trade a bunch take a bunch of trades that I don't need to take, and hurt my account substantially. So I gotta have to stick with it and just follow my own rules. Kind of shows the importance of giving yourself rules as well. All right, so remember, guys, the Fed meeting today is today, though. So, yeah, we can look into the markets. Basically, today, the U.S. stock futures, this is quote on Thinkorswim. The U.S. stock futures traded mostly flat early pre-market. Federal Open Market Committee will announce its policy decision at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So at 2 p.m., while the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell will hold a press conference at 2:30 Eastern Time. Futures for the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 8 points, while the Standard & Poor's 500 Index futures fell 0.25 points. Futures for the NASDAQ 100 Index rose 0.75. And so we'll see what we get. Oil prices traded lower. The Energy and Information Administration's weekly report on petroleum inventories in the U.S. is going to be released at 10:30 Eastern Time this morning. And so, yeah, we'll see what we get today. I'm sorry, Tiny. Hey, have a good day at work. I'll see you a little bit later. No stress. What's up, Matt? What's up, brother? AMD has important resistance at pre-market high, also at 2850. Yeah, I mean, the levels I'm always watching for these are pre-market high and the previous day's close, which looks like it's at 2609, so right about here. That's usually, the two big levels. Kind of shows you the pre-market range, which this one's pretty obvious. You look for that range to break a little bit here. Pat says, I just realized I got in the same shares amount as yesterday on TYHT, 3,000 at $1.40, and planning to sell it at the same price at like 158 like yesterday on TYHT. Hey, good luck. Somebody asked, what do I think? Would you short TYHT or go long? I mean, the catalyst is real for this one. It's a little extended on the daily chart, but let's see. At this point, it's right here. I mean, I think this 150 level is big. I think it's had a lot of support and resistance there. I don't know whether I would long it or short it right now. I would kind of just wait and see what we get here at this 150 level. See if we can hold over that. See where it goes there. I don't really like to try to predict what's going to happen. I like to just try to react to what does happen instead of trying to predict it, especially with some of these low float pennies. They're kind of sketchy sometimes, and so I'd rather just react if I see a pattern that I like, and if I don't, then I just kind of ignore them. An AMD. Yeah, man, AMD broke out nicely yesterday. AMD broke out almost nicer than all the other ones. NVIDIA, MU. AMD's moves yesterday looked cleaner than all of those. With more volume, too, I think. But somebody said AMD had news. They're working with Google. And so, yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, that's definitely really good news. And so, we'll see. I mean... There goes TYHT at 138. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a reasonable stance. Rich, pre-market high. Either pre-market high. I like 150s, but I also, like, this pre-market high makes sense, too, because not only is it the pre-market high, but if you extend it to the left, it's roughly the high of yesterday as well during intraday movement. So like in between 150 and 160, if it can get over basically 160, then I think it has some potential, but we'll see. You know, it's still got a little bit of time, and it's still a long way to go. Going to be watching NIO today as well. NIO capping up a little bit. We'll see what happens with it. Some of the cannabis plays, Cron, CGC, NBEV, APHA. So we'll see what we get. A lot of these had good fades yesterday, and if you look at CGC, I called some of these out yesterday too. Like I almost got into them. Like specifically this one right here, you can see I even drew an arrow at it yesterday, and this thing just faded beautifully. Same thing with I think ACB. ACB had a really pretty one too. Look at this one right here, and so missed some of these moves, but that's kind of how it goes. I got out for a green trade yesterday. I can't really complain too much. Google will use AMD chips and GPU for their cloud gaming services. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. Big day. That's definitely good news. It's definitely a real catalyst for it. JAGX. Yeah, JAGX has some movement here. Penny stock. I mean, but this one has been moving almost every day. Again, like this $half level. You know, some people say that cheaper stocks don't follow the $half. They absolutely do. Because if you look here, this thing had a lot of resistance at the $half, and so I think that's the big level. All right, guys, we got about 8 minutes, 7 minutes. See what we get with DERM again today as well. Yeah, this is the fake out DERM caught me in. Like you can see, it was kind of a fade here. I'm gonna remove all this. You can see this was the fade I got caught in yesterday, and I got out for break even, but you can see it looked like a nice setup here, nice fade. I got in roughly around there. Took profits right here, and then this thing just squeezed up big. You know, all the shorts got squeezed here. You can see this squeeze right here, definitely a squeeze. All the shorts covered, making this thing pop up, and yeah, I got out for roughly break even, but I was happy. You know, I took profits at the right spot, which was the whole dollar of 12 right here, so I was able to protect myself some. But man, that squeeze was frustrating. What's up, the best? Yeah, AMD had a crazy day yesterday, man. Yeah, MTFB is also on the scanners here. I forgot to look up the news on this one. Let me look those up real quick. Alright, so it sounds like they meet US FDA over their biodrug approval. So basically they said they said today that it has been granted a meeting with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, and it's seeking marketing approval for its biodrug iclaprim, which is an antibiotic. And so we'll see where it goes. It's meeting with the FDA for MTFB here. We'll see what happens with that one. Big move from 160s to 280s. Yeah, it's not quite an approval yet, but they're meeting with the FDA, and so we'll see what we get for MTFB. Yeah, it is the first day of spring, man. Let's do it. Oh, man. So yeah, today I'm going to be testing the red to green move on some of these. Um, DERM looks promising for. Let's see where the closing price is on DERM. It is at 1405. So yeah, with DERM, I'm going to be testing red to green possibly on this one. Alright, so it's actually 1413, so this is the previous day's close. So I'm going to be testing it, the red to green move on some of these, see if we get a breakout over that level. What's another one that I was watching? ACB is another one. I'll kind of look for it. And if we don't get it today, that's fine as well. But let's see for this one. Closing is at 996, so it's right here. So yeah, we'll be looking for a red to green move to test on some of these. Alright guys, we got 3 minutes, roughly 3 minutes. Let's get everything rolling here. Let's get everything set up. I appreciate the sub, charting it, Shannon, Roberto, inevitable consequences. MTFB running is taking off. Yeah, broke the pre-market high, broke the whole dollar of 3 as well for MTFB. Alright, let's get everything ready here. Alright guys, we got about 2 minutes left. Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'll be back in like 45 seconds. All right, guys, I'm back. We got about 40 seconds left. 40 seconds. Let's do it. Yeah, Gabe. He said the FDA declined the drug a month ago, and the stock went down big time. Yeah, for sure, in February. But yeah, look at MTFB Go here. It's up to 325 now. 325. We got 10 seconds, guys. So good luck. All right, there's the bell. Let me fix this a little bit. All right, we got MTFB going crazy here right now. MTFB really spiking up here, up to 380s now. Big move for it. MTFB. We got AMD dropping some right out the gate, and that kind of makes sense. I mean, it was up a huge amount yesterday, maybe a little extended. NIO dropping quickly here. NIO dropping quickly. We also have CGC dropping, ACB dropping, IQ dropping, YNDX dropping, DERM dropping, GLG spiking up here. But yeah, we got some movement for sure this morning. GLG up to 290. I'm using TEFs and TradeNet Inevitable. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta run grab something. I'm running this morning, guys. All right, AMD ended up spiking back here. ACB pulling back to the VWAP a little bit. It's still too early for a move like that. But it looks like some fades are here. DERM dropping. At this point, I'm looking at ACB here. ACB. I think that's a reasonable stop level for ACB. A reasonable risk level here. Maybe a little bit too late, but 975 looks like a good risk for a short. Maybe a little bit too late with an entry of 67, and so my risk would be about 8 cents. My reward would be about, I could use 950. Let me see. Up a little bit too much already. Maybe it's a good thing. AMD really spiking up here. SMAR dropping. Yeah, maybe this was the right move for ACB here. Maybe so. The only problem is it dropped yesterday too. And I just don't want to catch it when it's extended on the downside. NIO looks okay. Just about where to set my risk here. Such a tight range for NIO. Risk would be like 3 cents. Might have missed this one too. I could get back in ACB at this point. With it squeezing up here and hold to that 75 risk. I don't hate it. It's just getting a little bit too close to that high. It's confirmed that level twice now, though. The 72 level. But at this point, it's looking a little too strong. Yeah, there you go. Probably a good thing. Would have just gotten stopped out right there. So glad I didn't take it. Let's see, we got SMAR, which looks interesting. I would have about a 75-cent risk. Maybe AMD is going to do a VWAP bounce here. If it does a VWAP bounce, you could set a risk at 26.50. That's reasonable, I think. You got about 10-cent risk from 26.60 to 26.50 or so. But maybe a little bit too extended on the upside. I don't know if I like it now. What is everybody else watching this morning? I'm waiting for some fades. I'm just looking for some setups here. Yeah, there goes AMD. So to test the moving average crossover this morning, we can try that. It definitely needs confirmation with these type of moves, though, with the moving average cross. Another one I'm looking at is SMAR here. And so I think confirmation with like a low of the day break would be interesting. With this one, 48.14 with a risk of basically 49. And so it's about a 90-cent risk. It's just what kind of share size do I want to take with that? I guess 50 shares or so. For like a 45-cent risk, or $45 risk with a potential $100 gain maybe. If it can get back up there. I'm also looking at YNDX here, YNDX. Got a little bit more volume than it's used to having, but it's just where do I want to set my risk here? 3604. I don't hate that, a 3610 risk. All right, there's the crossover move. We got the crossover on AMD. Quick crossover play. I'm going to take half off here and hold the rest. Hold the rest until it breaks back over 25. If it breaks back over 25, I'll just get out. Let's get it close. Like I said, 25. Alright, I'm out. Smaller gain than I wanted to, but I'll take it. What's up, Vitalis? What did MFTB end up doing? They're meeting with the FTA. And we got some fades today that I missed, unfortunately. What's up, insurance? I'm also looking at CGC now. Just needs a little bit more volume. What about Cron? I feel like I'm missing some of the other cannabis plays. Still a little early. Man, look at IQ drop, guys. IQ is just getting hit this morning. Just getting slammed. Cron, massive drop on Cron. Yeah, I'm looking at IQ, man. What's up, Cool, by the way? Yeah, I'm watching IQ, man. If it pulls back to 2640, at 2663 risk looks interesting. Like I said, if it gets back to 2640, 2660, risk is interesting. It's just the VWAP honestly has dropped a little bit too much for me, though, for me to really want to like that one. I would have to use 50 as a risk now, maybe. I don't know. I guess I could still use 60 for a 30-cent risk and then 60-cent reward. I don't hate it. It would have to get up there, though. DERM running. All right, so DERM, we can test the red to green move here. ACB, I think it needs to hold under 75, under 975. If it breaks that, it looks like it could go for a washout long, like a breakout over the highs. And so I think 75 needs to hold. Did it really? Yeah. Cron's up to the VWAP. All right, here goes DERM. All right, we can test out the red to green move on this one. See if it starts to be strong. If not, it's just a test. It's just a paper trade. Only using 300 shares for the test, so we'll see what happens with it. Cron's right up to the VWAP, though. I could use 10-cent risk. Almost 20-cent reward. I don't hate it for Cron. CGC back up there as well. ACB running. There goes. ACB broke over that 75 level. So I got to be careful with some of the cannabis plays at this point. A lot of them are looking a little bit more bullish now, specifically CGC and ACB. And so like I said, ACB broke over that 75 level and then just kicked it up a notch, just broke the highs of the day. So I got to be very careful with some of these VWAP moves. Some of these are running. Could fake me out. AMD is right at the VWAP though. Man, I completely missed the red to green move on DERM. And these are more of a scalping strategy as well, so I really should have been watching it. Luckily, it's just paper, but it did end up spiking up here and give me a little breakout for it, but about a 20-cent breakout, but man, I completely missed it. Now all we can see is if it can hold some support where that previous high was. That's what I'm looking at now. There we go. It's a little bit better. Oh, I added to it. Well, luckily it's just paper. I'm glad I used just paper. I mean, maybe you could call it an ad on the dip, but I need to get out some of this here. We'll see if it spikes up anymore. The breakout happened, but I just missed it. Now we could see something like this on CGC. Potential red to green move maybe on CGC. Let's see if we get the spike that we were looking for. Ooh, gross drop. AMD faded nicely there too. IQ's just kind of sitting down there. I mean, it looks like a dip buy for DERM, so it doesn't look terrible for the red to green, but there goes ACB. Like I said, broke 75, still looking strong. One I'm really bummed out about is AMD. I mean, AMD had a nice little pullback to the VWAP. All right, well, it just broke under that high. It actually gave me the breakout though that I was looking for. So I don't know what to call this one on the test. And now it's actually pulling back to the 12 EMA. But yeah, it actually gave me the breakout I was looking for DERM. It just I was looking at other stuff. Dropping my phone here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to consider. It's probably time to get out here when it's breaking back under that previous day's close and still looking weak. Yeah. All right, I got out of it. But yeah, it would have worked, and this is something I have to work on. This is why I'm just paper trading it to test it, because it would have worked well enough to profit from it. All right, now I'm looking at IQ here. It's just about where to set my risk, right? I can get in at 25. My risk would be about 25 cents up to 26.50, I think. My reward would be about 25.75. So that's about 2 to 1 for IQ, really. It's just about whether I want to risk it, because if it pulls back to the VWAP, it's essentially getting pretty close to breaking these highs right here. And so that's what it's going to do if it pulls back to the VWAP. And so I got to be careful with that level. CGC looking pretty strong. ACB, like I said, it broke 75, and it just kind of continued to run there. At this point, there's been a few decent plays, but I haven't seen anything I really, really like. Kind of looking at SMAR here. Let me take these moving averages off that I've done it already. I've already done the moving average play. I don't hate this one. I could use a risk level of here for SMAR. It's just way bigger than I'm typically used to trading. Basically from 60, what is this, 70, we'll call it 70, up to 25. And so that's like what, 55, 60 cents. But the reward's big. I can see how big the reward is here. I would have to use 50 shares or so. Just didn't give it to me. It's also got a huge spread, which I got to be weary of with these bigger stocks. See if I can get in at a better spread price. I mean, it's up. Just about whether it's up enough to actually consider taking it or not. Same thing with IQ. Man, look at CGC go here, man. CGC's looking strong. Alright, so the spread's getting a little bit better here. Still, my entry's got to be about 47.70, and then a risk of 48.25 or so, giving myself a 55-cent risk. And then my reward would be from 70 down to 46.50 or so. That's reasonable, I think. I still got to get the entry, though. If I don't get the entry, it's not worth it. AMD pushing back, trying that level again here. I don't trust it anymore, though, for AMD. It's testing that previous high again. I think it's actually going to break out on the upside now. But who knows? It could follow through again. I need this entry up here, though, because if not, I'm basically, my risk is going to be like $1, and I don't want my risk to be $1. Why don't I go between the spread on the smart? Because it's not that. That's not what I'm waiting for. Even if the spread is good right now, my entry needs to be right here. Like, I want my entry to be right here. And so if it doesn't get up there, I can't take it. But this is the drop I was looking for. I mean, and it's okay. Like, in order for me to have good risk reward, I have to wait for my entry. And so even if it drops, and it's unfortunate that I missed the drop, and I was right with my trade idea, I should have gotten in here, and I just missed it. By the time I looked at it, I had missed the good entry up here. And so it is what it is. It happens. Kron squeezing up some as well. Shorts, I'm sure, are bailing out of there. What's up, James? Yeah, I mean, with this, I just gotta wait for my entry. That's what it's about. But yeah, ACB did exactly what I thought it would. Glad I didn't take the fade with it, but it broke 75 and kept going once it broke 75. So that's what I figured it would do. Next level, I think it'll stop at this previous day's close at 990s. Yeah, CGC, man. Look at CGC. That thing's crazy right now. A huge move for it. AMD ended up rejecting at the VWAP again. Again here. And I didn't think it would. But it actually rejected at the VWAP again. So you can see 3 VWAP rejections. Or 2 VWAP rejections today. One here, one here. Second one's confirmation in the first level. But, man, got close. Now the only one I'm looking at really is IQ. Which I can't say I really like that much. But, my risk would be 30 cents or so, 250. My reward would be 20 down to 70, so about 50. So 30-cent risk, 50-cent reward. Still not that good. I want at least 2 to 1. That's a little bit less, unfortunately. Unfortunately, today's one of those days where I'm right about a lot of my trade ideas and I'm just missing them. Like here for SMAR, was spot on with it. Let's see. YNDX, I don't like YNDX as much. The risk reward's just not there. You know, I could use 65 as my reward target. 50 is my risk. It doesn't look like a bad fade, but risk reward's just not there. Unless I waited for 25. If I waited for 25 and I got a 25-cent risk and a 50-cent reward, that would be somewhat doable, I guess. You heard that plane, man? Yeah, my microphone's pretty good, I guess. Hey, appreciate the sub, Will. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. And Rohit. No, I don't. Not really. I mean, I'm like 30, 40 miles away from the airport, probably. Probably like at least 30 miles away from the airport. We might have like a small one out here. Alright, so at this point I'm just looking for some of these moves back to the VWAP. Like I said, maybe IQ if it gets up to 25 right here. I could take one using 50 as my risk right here. Give myself 25-cent risk and then a 50-cent reward. I'll take that if it presents itself. Maybe. What did NIO end up doing? Kind of choppy. Afria for a red to green move. APHA. So 1031 is the previous day's close for APHA. Yeah, Smar, I was right about Smar. I just never got my entry. And you know, you might say, well, you waited too long, but like I said, in order for me to have good risk reward, I have to wait for my entry. And even if I miss out on some opportunities, it's still hugely important to wait for my right entry for a good risk reward. If I don't, then I'm just jumping in out of impatience, and that's going to cause my risk reward ratio to be down and cause my, make it a lot tougher for me to remain profitable. Nice, Cargo. Nice work, brother. Happy to help, man. All right. Well, while I'm waiting for a few moves here, if you're interested in checking out the same broker that Mitch and I use, you can check out TradeNet. I'll post the link here if anybody wants to check them out. The way it works. Let me see. There it is. Let me know while I'm doing this pitch here. Let me know if you see anything moving back to the VWAP that looks interesting. But yeah, so the way it works is you pay for a package on TradeNet. There's no deposit. You're actually paying for that package. In this case, if you go through my link, it's $450 for the package, and they give you $14,000 in buying power to trade with. And there's a $700 max loss. And so if you go under $13,300, they close your account down, and there's a profit split of 70-30. But yeah, like I said, commissions are pretty cheap. They're 0.006 cents per share with a 150 minimum per trade. And so basically, if you use less than 300 shares, a full round trip is $3 to $4. And so super cheap with small sizing. Not many penny stocks are tradable, which is my biggest pet peeve. You can't trade that many penny stocks. But I really think they're great for new traders looking to learn. And you can use small sizing and pay $450 with a max loss of $700. And so you're getting an extra few hundred to lose. And so it does benefit new traders, I think. Like I said, if you do sign up through my link, you get a free month of our classes as well. Plus, TradeNet comes with a course, 2 weeks of their TradeNet chat room, and so it's good value. And like I said, if you have signed up through my link, let me know, and I'll get you all set up with our classes as well, and you'll get access to all of those. But yeah, if you're interested in checking those out, I'll post the link here. And again, if you go through my link, let me know, and you'll get a free month of our classes as well. Well, it's one of those days where we had a few good plays here, but not really catching anything today. Looking at SMAR here, SMAR. See if it could pull back to the 27, like I said, 27 or 4770 level, 4760, 4770. And if it has a decent spread around there, I'll consider it. Are you rotating from paper to real trading, or are you waiting a while to real trade? I'm rotating. I'm testing out certain strategies on paper, and the strategies that I've already been using, I'm looking for real trades with them. I just haven't found any. But yeah, on paper, I'm just testing out a few different paper strategies. But with I'm actually trying to trade with my live money account too. I just haven't caught anything yet. While I'm waiting, though, I can upload my trades from the last few days into TraderView. All right, 3:15 was the last day. What's today? 3:20. All right. Well, yeah, this is my graph. So I had a little bit of a pullback here on my trades, up to 360 in gains. If you look at my detail, it's roughly 69% accuracy. Tuesday is still the day that I've been doing the worst. Every other day of the week, I'm in profits overall, but Tuesday is the day I'm doing the worst. So I got a few things to work on for sure, but overall, not a bad few months of trading. I'll take it. Been doing it all live too on stream. So we'll see what we get. Just trying to be patient. Like I said, the weeks where I actually wait for a good trade are usually the weeks that I have I'm profitable in. So I'm just trying to be patient and wait for some good setups. And if I don't see any, I don't see any. It's kind of how it goes. All right, Cargo. Nice work, brother. Good job, man. AMD breaking down here, and I do like AMD now for a very specific reason. So if we look at AMD here, and it's actually pulling back now. So we have very strong confirmation in this this level up here. So we have very strong confirmation in this level right here now at 2650 or so. At 2645 really is what it's at. 2645 right here. And so if the VWAP drops enough, I can get in at 2630 and basically use that 2650 level as my risk and just hope that it holds under these big confirmations, because it had almost a triple top right here. And so if it does pull back to the VWAP, it looks a little bit more interesting now. We'll see if we actually get that or not, but it doesn't look bad. Nice, Bill. Congrats, man. Good work. Good work today, brother. Alright, well at this point I could effectively use 48.10 as my risk for this trade now that the VWAP has dropped some, which was right around the low of this. So I could use that level as my risk, give a nice 50-cent risk, and then a reward target of at least 46.50 for 2 to 1. I don't hate that. Only problem is that if it does end up pulling back and breaking this level, it could really squeeze up quick. But it's not terrible. Also just got to get a good fill because it's a little spready. CGC has just not looked back there today, guys. CGC is just absolutely running. Just a crazy move, huge run. Hey, green is good, Alex. Green is good, brother. Only if AMD pulls back way up here to this 2630s, I'll consider it. I'm more so looking at SMAR at this point. Well, never got up to my level. All right, so like I said, if SMAR, I can use 50 cents of risk, maybe 60 cents right here, and then get about $1.50 as my reward if I can get down to the low of the day. And so we'll see. I'm just waiting for an entry. Sometimes it's better to not trade anything than get into a losing trade. So just waiting for some entries here. Not seeing too much I really like. Like I said, if AMD pulls all the way back up to the 2630s, I can use that triple top as my risk area for a tight risk play. Plus, it's up a huge amount yesterday, so it may be a little overbought now. Even though the catalyst was legitimate, it's just up so much yesterday. It made a bigger move than a lot of these other microchip stocks with the catalyst that it was partnering with Google, and so we'll see. All right, so here's SMAR here. I could start considering this now. Still, the bid needs to get up there because if not, I'm going to get filled at 25 and I'm going to have a 25-cent worse risk area. It's 35. Yeah, the CBD vape helps calm me down, man. All right, there's 30s, 39s, 50s. Okay, we got a quick spike up to the 60s. Ugh. Maybe I'm a little hesitant with it, but it gave us this triple top right here. Man, maybe I just hesitated too much for it. It's just something I'm not used to. I'm not used to trading these stocks that are a little bit more expensive. Maybe he'll give me another shot here for SMAR. But aside from that, I mean, I'm not seeing too many fades. I saw a few opportunities. Solo is actually kind of fading here. Solo, S-O-L-O. I don't think that's tradable for me, though. Oh, Solo is tradable for me. They added Solo. Interesting. Let me see. I don't necessarily think it's going up. You see, you could use a risk of 410. Gives you about a 15-cent risk. Reward level from 95 down to 65 or so. It's about a 15 or it's a 30-cent reward. That's not bad for Solo, really. 15-cent risk, 30-cent reward. A little sketchy, but use this level as your risk. It's not terrible. The only problem is it broke this level. Yeah, nobody remind me of SMAR. It would have worked great, unfortunately. Hesitated. Something I'm not used to. No worries. It is what it is. I know, man. Hey, thanks, Netron. Don't remind me of it, man. That's the play I called out. It's something I still got to get used to. I've been noticing, for instance, I've been noticing fades more with these higher cap earnings release stocks. I've been noticing a lot more fades with these, especially this one, which is a nice triple top at that level. It spiked up there really quickly, though. Like, you could see the upwick there. So, like, I hesitated. It really was my fault, but I don't even know if I want to try it now if it gets back up there. Because, I mean, it's testing it 3 or 4 times. Eventually it's going to break. This was the move I wanted. And like I said, I don't hate AMD. If AMD can get back up to 2620 or 2630, I don't hate that one. Just because I can use that triple top up here as my risk, you know, at 2645. And so if it can get up there, it's a really tight risk-reward play. You know, I can set about a 50-cent reward, a little bit over 50 cents versus a 25-cent risk. So I don't hate it. I know they had the big deal with Google, but I don't hate that. Sean said, I need to learn how to figure out risk reward as fast as you do. It's all conditioning, man. It's just you do it over and over and over and over again. Eventually, you'll kind of have it down to where you can just kind of spot it. You know, I have like little tricks that I use. Like for AMD, if a stock fades once with like the VWAP fade, and then continues to drop, and the VWAP drops after the previous fades, then I can use the previous high of those fades as my risk, right? So you can see it faded here, here, and here. And it was a triple top. And so since the VWAP has dropped since then, I can use that area as my risk, right? And usually it gives you pretty good tight risk versus the reward it gives you, which is, you know, pretty big reward now at this point. And so that's kind of how I like to approach it. And it makes it so you can calculate it pretty quickly. Yeah, I saw NIO this morning too. It was just so choppy. But man, NIO's been so choppy lately though, but that move, that was a big follow through for NIO for sure. Yeah, nice fade too. I like that one. So yeah, you're taking advantage of the opposing side of what I'm looking at, Matt, which makes a lot of sense too, because it's been staying in this channel for so long. I might actually short it when it gets up there, depending on if it gets back up there. I hope it does for your sake. I hope it works out, brother. But yeah, we'll see. I'm still looking at it. Glad I didn't take that solo fade. Solo breaking highs here. Look at Solo getting some volume coming in for SOLO here at 440s. Solo popping up on the scanner. Solo, SOLO. Testing the half dollar at 450 now. Man, I'm waiting for AMD to pull back. You know, like Mitch said, baby, come back, man. Like, it needs to pull back here. It just keeps dropping. Standard what? Hey man, well that's the problem, Jordan. It wasn't actually a suggestion. It was just something I was looking at. But if you actually listened, I said I don't like Solo because it broke this high right here. on the way up. And so it's just kind of breaking highs. But regardless of any of it, I mean, it was good risk reward, regardless of any of it. And so, sorry it didn't work out, brother, but you'll be all right. Yeah, man. I mean, this thing's squeezed up huge. 450. I mean, I'm waiting for a good plays here. I'm just not seeing many. I mean, it looked like a fade. It was tough. It was kind of a mix between like a fade and rejection because it pushed up originally and then broke lows and then came back to the VWAP. And so it's kind of a weird move. But like I said, one of the reasons I didn't take it is because it broke this high right here at 397, which was the high of this little move here. And so when it does that, it looks a little bit stronger. Cron maybe bouncing off the VWAP here. I don't hate that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if people want to if people want to follow what I'm saying, that's okay, I guess. It's one of those things, right, where I'm not trying to give out hot stock picks. I'm just telling people what I see. And sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. And I know Jordan was just messing with me a little bit. But it's one of those things where it's like, you know, in the trading world, you got so many picks. Check out my stock picks, hot stock picks, you know, pay me all this money for my hot stock picks, and like that's not what I'm doing at all. Like I'm just telling people what I see, letting people watch me trade is all I'm doing. You know, if they copy me and do poorly, that means I did poorly as well. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of part of trading. It's kind of one of those bad parts of trading where there's it's really predatory. Yeah, I know, Jordan. No stress, man. Well, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a pullback on AMD, though. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, bro. If you wanna advertise your stuff, you gotta ask me first, brother. If you don't, then you're getting banned, man. Nice, Jeff. Hey, nice work, brother. Yeah, man. Hey, this one's been dropping all day, man. I'm looking for a pullback on it, but for your sake, I guess I hope it doesn't. I hope it works out for you. Look at Kron though. Like Kron has a nice little VWAP bounce here. Right. Honestly, guys, here's the thing, right? Like I am probably one of the most friendly people when it comes to like promoting other people's stuff. You know what I mean? Like I give so many people free shout outs and free stuff to where if you look at the size of my channel, I should be charging people hundreds of dollars for these things, right? And a lot of times I'll shout them out for free if they ask me first, right? But if you don't ask me first and you're just trying to kind of slip it in there and hope I don't see it, like, you're getting banned. You know, that's all I can really say. Because, you know, if you ask me, it's one thing, right? But if you're just going to try to sneak it through me, like I said, you're getting banned. No, I'm not taking solo. It's just not my strategy. It's not what I'm looking for. Looks okay, but I'm waiting for some fades today. But yeah, look at Kron. Kron had a really nice VWAP bounce today. So, like, VWAP bounce is kind of like the opposite of a VWAP fade. And I like it because you can use this previous high area as your risk right around here. Somewhere around here. I mean, I'm using Thinkorswim to paper trade testing strategies, but I mean, I'm using my real broker here on the left to actually get in live trades. Like, usually I get in 1 or 2 live trades a day. And like I said, you can see my chart here. Like, this is all like my real money account that I've been trading every day on stream. And so not too bad, you know. Got to scale up in sizing. That's kind of the process where I'm at now. And so, yeah, like, kind of like while I'm waiting for some good setups to trade with my live money account, I'm using Thinkorswim paper to test out certain strategies as well. Like, lately I've been testing the moving average crossover, which is what I tested today on AMD. And then I'm also testing the red to green move, which I tested on, what was the one I tested that one on? I can't remember which one I tested the red to green move on. But it would have worked. I remember I just wasn't paying attention to it. Anish says trade now. Okay, you know, let me just do that. It's not about that. It's not that I don't want to trade. It's that I just don't see any. I have a very specific strategy that I've been implementing lately, and that works. And so I'm just waiting for examples of that strategy. If I don't see it, I'm not gonna force anything. Yeah, I mean, Nick, I like 1 to 2. I think the most accurate risk reward ratio that has the best chance of success basically is 1 to 2. I see 1 to 2 risk reward ratios all the time, at least for VWAP fades, and so those are usually the ones I attack more often. If I look for 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, I might only trade once every few days because I'm not going to find enough instances of them. And so 1 to 2 is reasonable. With a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, you could be right less than half the time and still be profitable. And so, but everybody's different. Some people, you know, we have a few classes on it, but everybody's different. Some people prefer 1 to 3. Some people prefer more than that. Some people only like 1 to 1. And so it just depends on the strategy as well. You know, like the opening range breakout, you only really need 1 to 1. With the red to green move, you need less than, you know, less than 2 to 1. You might be able to get 1 to 1 with that one as well. And so it all depends on a lot of different stuff, and it's all subjective, I guess. All right, so watching AMD here, the risk reward is going to be a little bit worse for it. But, you know, you could still get in. Like, for instance, if I get in here and I use this level as my risk, 26.45, that's a 30-cent risk, right? And so I get 30 cents of risk here. And then I can use the low of the day as my reward, right? And so I can use this level, 25.50 as my reward. And so, what is that? 65-cent reward. So a 50 cent, or no, wait, what is that? A 30 cent risk, sorry. 30 cent risk and then a 65-cent reward. And so it's good risk reward. It's a little bit better than 2 to 1. And so that's what I'm looking at for AMD. I don't hate it. We just see if it pulls back that much, which is a big if. It might not. Yeah, the stream's 15 seconds behind, man. And so it's going to be a little off. It's not completely real time. It's probably, I don't know, maybe like 10 seconds off. Another one that I can possibly look at is NIO now. Although NIO's range is a little bit smaller here. You got $6, or you got $5.95 here at the VWAP. You can set a risk of 5 cent risk. Set a reward target of at least 85 down here. So 2 to 1, 5 cent risk, 10 cent reward. I don't hate that, but it all depends, man. I'm looking for AMD too. We'll see. Right now, Solo's at 442. I know, man, but I'm pretty sure this isn't delayed. Like, I can look at AMD here, and you can see, if you look at AMD level 2, 2568, 2568. Ask 2569, 2569. So yeah, it's not delayed at all. The stream is just 10 seconds behind or so, because this is a completely different broker, completely real time right here on TEFs. And so yeah, man, the stream's just delayed. The stream's 10 seconds behind or so. IQ as well. IQ may be pulling back here. Yeah, my paper trading is real time as well. Like, if you ask Thinkorswim, they'll give you real time. All right, so IQ here, pulling back to 2592, which is where the VWAP is. In this case, I could use 2517 as my risk. That gives me 25 cent risk, and then I could use 92 down to 40, which is about 50 cents. And so I don't hate that risk reward. Maybe take profits a little bit sooner than that, but we'll see if we get it for IQ. With the 25 cent risk, I got to use a little bit smaller sizing. Maybe like 150 shares or so, since it's a little bit bigger range. Somebody asking me, or Vides is saying, what's you and Mitch's normal jobs? Just curious, as you seem to trade every day. I got a few of them, man. I'm a real estate agent. I have an Amazon business that I run from home. I have a Kindle business that I run from home. I have the YouTube. I have the site. And all of that, I mean, I live pretty comfortably with all of it. And so, yeah, I mean, I do a bunch of different stuff, man. So yeah, I mean, I don't have any specific time frame where I have to be at work or anything like that. I work for myself, basically. Mitch works. I think he manages a store. Nah, the stream's still going, Robert. Appreciate advice. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. All right, so we're up to 80 cents on this one. If it gets up to 93, I guess I'll take it with 150 shares, risking about 25 cents with 150 shares. Let me pull out my calculator. I don't know what that would be. Maybe I'm just being lazy. I'm risking $37, 38 bucks. Not bad. I'll take that risk. We'll just see if we can actually get up to the VWAP here at 90, 93 or so, which is a big if. It might not. But yeah, if this trade doesn't work out, if it never gets up to the VWAP, I'm probably just going to close it down. I've been waiting for good setups. Haven't gotten that many of them. Yeah, refresh it if you're not seeing it. I like this risk. I like this entry though. Reasonable risk at 26.17. Just see if we can get up there. It's fighting. I could take a few shares early, maybe 50 shares, and then add that 100 shares if it gets up there again. To 81. I don't know if it's going to get there. Maybe take 75 here. I don't know. I'm trying to let it work, but I took 75 shares there. I'll add the other 75 if it gets up to 90 or so. We'll see what we get. Maybe getting a little impatient with it, but that's okay. Like I said, if it gets up to 93, I'll add the other 75. Keep it small until then. 87, 88, 89. Ugh, almost got up there. It's at 85. I don't know if I'm actually going to get it up there or not. I'm just trying. Wasn't able to get full sizing. I got in a little early. Like I said, my whole plan was to get in at 93 or so. And seeing if we can get a spike up there so I can add that sizing back. 89, getting really close. $90. I'm just going to add the other 75 there. All right, so I'm in with 150 shares on IQ, risking about 45, 50 bucks on this one, which is fine. Like I said, profit target is going to be down here at 25.40 or so. $25.40 or so is my profit target. And my risk is, like I said, 26.17. If it gets down to 25.50s, or really if it gets down to about 25.63, I'll take some off. Unless Solo had some good news that I missed. It looks a little extended at this climb back here. But yeah, I've accepted the risk in the trade. Just going to let it work now. There's 93. Maybe I could have waited a little bit. But like I said, I'm risking about 50 bucks in the trade. Not a huge risk. I've been trying to take a little bit larger sizing, so we'll see if we get this move. Testing the whole dollar. Like I said, my risk at 26.20 or so, 26.17 is reasonable. Hopefully we get a rejection at the whole dollar, but if not, we still have some resistance above that. So just going to stay patient. All I can do is really stick to my levels at this point. All right, so it's testing the whole dollar now, the whole dollar of 26. Now, if it does break that, we could see a big spike up, and I do have to keep my risk pretty tight with it. But ideally, we'd like to see it reject here and come back down on IQ. Like, that's the ideal scenario, is just a rejection at the whole dollar and then a move back down to the half dollar at 25.50. Now, the way it's testing it now, it seems like it's probably going to break. And so, like I said, I just got to be prepared to get out. All I can really do is stick to my levels at this point. I gave myself the risk. I understand where my reward target is. And so all I should be doing at this part, all anybody should be doing at this part is just following their levels. So there's the break over the whole dollar. Getting pretty close to my risk level. Like I said, I'm risking about 50 bucks in this trade or so. Watching it here, but we could get a quick spike if it does break this. And so, like I said, I just got to keep it pretty tight here. Follow my levels. We'll see how long it consolidates down here. It's down to 26.06. Ideally, like I said, we'd like to see a rejection back under the whole dollar of 26 and then a washout to 25.50. It's looking a little bit stronger though. We'll see. It looks like it's going to at least pop up to test these previous highs. And so hopefully it doesn't. It looks like it probably will. But at this point, it's testing the whole dollar of 26. We want to see that area break down underneath it and then hold as resistance. All right, this is where I got to get close to exiting it here. 26.20. We'll let it test this level. All right, I'm out. All right, $56 loss. That's probably right around where I thought it would be. I think my impatience with it got the best of me, but I'm definitely happy with the exit. And we'll see how tomorrow goes. No stress. I stuck to my levels. I followed my plan. That's all I can really do. Unfortunately, I wish I would have gotten in SMAR when I did here. This is the trade I really wanted, and I just hesitated on it. And so, kind of how it goes sometimes. Did you take solo insurance? But regardless of any of it, it was a pretty good reward target for IQ, and so no stress, it happens. What's up, DJ? At this point, I could look at AMD. Oh no, what did I do here? Oh, I only sold half. Great. I mean, it did take some off. I just realized I only sold half of my position. It is going to add with commissions, though. What do you guys think? I thought I sold out my whole position, and instead I only sold half. What do you guys think I should do? Should I just get out now? It dropped below my risk level. Yeah, I just realized that, Corey. I mean, it's good now. It's dropping for me. I guess I'll let it work here. Maybe it'll turn back around on me, though. But I just got to stick to that original risk. If it breaks that, I got to get out now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to let it. If it hits the risk again, I'll get out. Hey, appreciate the sub, Chew. Diary, thanks for the sub, brother. Appreciate it. I'm looking at AMD too, and I'm already down. I mean, with bigger sizing, $50 loss is relatively small. And it's tempting to want to take AMD if it gets back up to 26, but I think I should probably just close it down for the day after whatever happens with this last 75 shares that I just realized I was still holding. I mean, I could let the 75 shares work here, and maybe it'll break down for me, but it seems like it faked me out a little bit at the top. Yeah. Buy Apple now. Why aren't you buying Apple? Right, I know, Eric. That's what I'm saying. I just got to stick to my own plan. Nice, Jeff. Nice work, brother. Congrats, man. That was a good trade. See, IQ still looks strong, though. Like, it looks like it's going to push back up and test that high. And so I just don't want to let the loss turn into a bigger one, especially that it added a few extra dollars in commissions because I didn't exit the whole thing. So I know, Matt. See, I'm tempted to take it on AMD, but like I said, I mean, I'm already down for the day. I do have my two trade rule, and so I'd still be in my within my range of trades for my two trade rule. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the trade I really wanted today was SMAR right here, both of these times, and I just didn't. I hesitated a little bit too much with it. But at this point, AMD is a completely different trade at this point now, though. So, like, if you look at AMD, it is $26 would be my entry now. And so I can't use this risk up here because it's not as good. I would have to use 26 and maybe 26.20 as my risk. 26.25 as my risk for a 25-cent risk. And then 26 down to 25.50 as my reward. So 50-cent reward, 25-cent risk. Like, that's the trade I would rather take at this point on AMD. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing that my IQ trade, I'm still holding these shares. Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm saying. I'm probably not going to trade it, even if it pulls back there. I'm going to let IQ test this low here, but I honestly still think it looks pretty strong. Um, I just got to stick to the original risk. I think a few people talked about it. That's probably the best way to approach it, is just stick to my original risk that I gave myself and be strict with that. It did fake me out, though, with my 150 shares. So it did fake me out, you could see. At this point, I'd be happy if it just washed out and, took a lot of this loss off. We'll see. See, it breaks down underneath the VWAP. But yeah, that was just a fake out up there at the Haas. Yeah, it was IQ. I mean, my mistake here was good, though. I meant to get out my full position at the risk, and it actually helped me a little bit now. But like I said, guys, anybody interested in using the same broker that I'm doing, you can check out TradeNet. You basically pay for a package. It's not a deposit. You actually pay for the package. In this case, or with the cheapest package, you pay $450 if you go through my link. It's 10% off, and you get 14K in buying power. And so you get 14,000 in buying power, and you have a $700 max loss. And so if you go under 13,300, they close your account down. And any profit, there's a 70-30 split. Most penny stocks aren't tradable, but commissions are pretty cheap. They're 0.006 cents per share with a 150 minimum per trade. And so if you use like 300 shares or less, your commissions are like $3-4 a round trip. And so pretty cheap. Not a lot of penny stocks, but anything that's tradable is shortable. And so I don't think it's a bad deal. If you're interested in checking that out, I'll post the link here. And like I said, if you do go through my link, you get a free month of our classes. So you get a free month of our classes for free. And if you go through my link, let me know. I'll get you all set up. But yeah, IQ continues to drop here. We'll see. It looks like it just faked me out at the top. Part of me wants to get out now because the original risk I gave myself, if you look at the calculator, was 37.50. And it's right at 37.50. And so part of me wants to get out now, but I'll let it test. I might as well. I think I'll give myself 26 as my new risk. If it goes over 26, I just got to get out. I'll take it though. I mean, I saved myself a little bit of money here with holding on to those last 75 shares. Right. If you get a TradeNet package, you get a free month of our classes. And so, yeah, for sure. We've already had a few people do it. I mean, I figured if you sign up through the challenge and then you pay for a package, I get credit for it. But if you just sign up through the challenge and don't actually get a package afterwards, I don't. So yeah, I could post that here as well. If anybody wants to try it, you can also try to win yourself a free TradeNet account. So there's a few rules that I'll go over. I'm just going to set a stop for this one, guys. And let me see. Where's a reasonable stop? 26.05 maybe. See, part of me doesn't want to set a stop. Because I don't want it to stop me out too much. Alright, so there's the drop, and it looks like I just got faked out here, which is fine, I guess, because now it's actually going in my direction, which is cool. I mean, it took off basically half of my loss already, and so I'll take it with these little 75 shares, man. Let's see the 75 shares work. I mean, I might as well follow it through with the actual fade and see if it gets down to 25.50. I mean, I think that should be my goal at this point. Mitch is texting me telling me I'm all over the place. But I think, like Mitch said, I think Mitch said I need to just stick with the trade at this point. So I think that's probably the right advice. Like at this point, I've already done it. I need to just stick to the risk I gave myself and accept it. And so that's the plan. We'll see if it follows through. There's 85s. Let's see if we get a break here. But yeah, if you want to try to win yourself a free TradeNet account, you can try the 5-day demo challenge. You basically have to make a net profit of $500 or more within 5 trading days. And it's completely free to try. There is a max loss. There's like a daily max loss of $100 and a full max loss of $300. And so there is a max loss, and it's actually a really tough challenge. But like I tell people, if you want to try TradeNet's platform out for free for 5 days, you can do the demo challenge, and at the very least, try out their platform for 5 days. And so I don't think it's bad. If you want a shot at that, check out that link. It's the 5-day demo challenge. I think the whole dollar of 26 is probably where I'm going to keep the rest, though. It's getting late. All right, Nick. Later, brother. Have a good day, man. All right, so at this point, we want to see a breakdown under 2580. That's kind of the next step. It's kind of consolidating back and forth here. We want to see a breakdown under 2580. Later, insurance. Have a good day, brother. I'm going to set my stop and then walk away. Accept the risk I give myself. 2606, reasonable risk. Let me see, make sure that's right. Yeah, don't remind me, Vise. I don't know what I want to do with that one. We'll see. We did get a rejection here at the whole dollar. We'll see if it holds. Now I play UFC 3. and sometimes Overwatch. I'm a big Halo fan, but I didn't really like Halo 5, and so I haven't been playing it that much. What? What is going on here? Oh no. Is my internet going out? What's going on here? Oh no. Is my stream still going, guys? Can you all hear me? Okay, I do have my stop set. Well, that's good. There we go. I don't know what happened, man. That was weird. Alright, I do have my stop set. So yeah, what I was gonna say though, guys, there we go, the stream's still running. Alright, well what I was gonna say though is check out our site. Even if you don't want to pay for one of our packages, hold on, let me pull this up here. Even if you don't want to pay for one of our packages, we do have a free section where you can go to strategy, see short patterns, long patterns, strategy videos. We have broker reviews, but we also have our packages for our members, and we literally have over 50 hours of content, so actual days of content on these packages. Let me pull this up so I can watch myself here. So actual days of content on our packages, so understanding triangles, VWAP strategies, back testing, setting up your screen, using support and resistance, trading gaps, understanding ranges, following the market, and we just have tons of classes. All of these are an hour long. This is just one section too. We have psychology, we have risk reward here where we have classes on different risk reward concepts. We have individual strategies, we have psychology, and we also hold 3 live classes a week. So 3 live classes every single week, and it's all for only $15 a month. Even if you look here under our packages, it says, remember, we are not gurus and cannot guarantee you'll make money. Our goal is to offer our members a cheap option as opposed to $1,000 courses. If you're a trader looking to learn for cheap, we are happy to help. And so that's what we're kind of all about, guys. We're not trying to sell $1,000 courses or anything like that. We're just trying to give people a cheap option. If you want to check that out, I'll post the link here while we're waiting to see what happens on this trade. There's the link. I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, man, do your research first, Eden. You know, TEFs and TradeNet might not be for you, brother. So, like, I don't want to, do your own research, man. It all depends, Eden. I mean, I would do your research. You know what I mean? All right, well, we'll see what happens with IQ. We're finally getting a little bit of a drop here. Like I said, it's really got to break under this 83 cent level right here. And so I'm just going to leave my stop set, and I'll update you guys on what happens with this one. But yeah, while we're waiting here, I'll play the promo video for our site. So like I said, if you sign up... There we go. There's a little bit of a drop. Well, still sitting here with IQ, but like I said, if you want to join our classes, go check out the link I just posted. Here's a little bit of a drop here for IQ, so it's looking a little bit better for me. I might as well just hold it through the fade. We'll see if it continues to drop here. I'll be sure to update you guys on how this one's going here with IQ. Maybe a little while before we kind of figure it out, man. But yeah, like I said, if you want to try the 5-day demo challenge, you can try to win yourself a free demo account on TradeNet. If you look at the link here, let me go over that really quick. For the 5-day demo challenge, you can see you can win yourself a free TradeNet account trying out. And regardless of anything, even if you lose, you're still getting to try their demo account for free for 5 days. So you basically have to make $500 in net profits, and they give you a $10,000 demo account to try it with. And so it's worth a shot. It's completely free. There are some rules, like there's a $100 max daily loss. There's a $300 max loss. You have to be active on at least 3 of the days. But for more info, like I said, I'll post that link here and you can go check it out. And yeah, that's about it for today, guys. We'll see how this IQ trade works for me. It's spiking back up quickly here. We still got a little bit of time, but we'll see. Just going to let it work. And we'll see how that goes. And so yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. That's it for me. I'll update you all on how this trade on IQ goes. But at this point, we'll see. Still a little too early to tell. So good luck for the rest of the day, guys. If you haven't already, we day trade live on stream every weekday morning. So hit that subscribe button. Also, click the like button if you want to help support the channel. We definitely appreciate it if you want to support the channel. So click the like button if you can. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow.